Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is my No Man's Land survival challenge series I'm doing, and it's basically just trying to compete on the same rules and the same competition that Chainsaw100 and Daggerwin have got going in their multiplayer survival series. So it's become tradition, we'll take to the air and we'll have a recap. In the last episode we had that cotton field ready to harvest, which we bought the cotton harvester for, and we got one bale, and I think the cotton harvester was sort of 18 or 19,000 litres into the next bale. We also chopped down that clump of trees just there in preparation to extend this field, which we also planted with corn. So I think in this episode one of the main jobs is getting all that lumber dragged out of there, put into the sawmill. The grass field was rolled, so we need to let that grow for a bit. It's looking like our cornfield and soybean field are very close to harvest. And unfortunately, now I'm a bit confused. I thought I only planted this the month after the other cotton field, but obviously we didn't get that done. So this cotton field and this soybean field and this corn field are probably all going to be ready in the next month. So if I just have a look at the map, we'll go to this. So as you can see, these are both looking really dark. Not sure on the growth stage with corn. I've never really done it before, so certainly I think next month the soybean field and the cotton field will be ready. We did at the end of the last episode also this cotton field here, we had the subsoiler going, and it looks like it's completely full with big stones, which is great for our gold production. It took an age for the subsoiler to work through that. I think it was still going up till about 10 o'clock at night. So when it comes to subsoil in this field, because I am going to do it just to get the stones for the gold production, because I don't think it's right that we're buying stones from the shop like Chainsaw and Daggerwin are. I'd rather get the stones myself for the production. So when it comes to this field, which is considerably larger, either we buy another tractor and subsoiler and have two working at it, or we get a bigger subsoiler. I think the bigger subsoiler though, you need well over 400 horsepower, so that limits us to two tractors that could do that. So perhaps it's probably better just to buy another medium tractor. I did think I said that in the last episode, that I feel like we need to get another tractor on the farm. Yeah, so I think just buying another tractor and a subsoiler is probably a good way to go. So I'll just get back onto the ground and we'll jump into the class, which I think is still over. In fact, no, we'll get the New Holland, we'll get the stone picker on it, and we'll get that set off, and then I'll get working on those trees and get them to the lumberyard. Probably do a bit of time lapse and a bit of jump cut on that, because it will be a long job. And then the stumps will have to be removed, and then we can possibly get the cultivator out and get that field created. Okay, so we'll just set a worker off and leave it to it. I'm sure it'll need to get emptied a couple of times in this field. Yeah, it does seem to be filling up quite fast. I'd say it's going to be about 10% a row, so we'll come back to that as and when we need to. Right, so I'll just jump into the class. I think I'm going to drop this weight off and pick up the stump grinder, and then we can get both jobs done at the same time. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'm just going to pull out the big trees, and then all these smaller ones I can actually just pick those up by hand and maybe just dump them all on the trailer, and I think that might be a quicker way of sorting out that job. Not sure how many trees I can actually pull with this. I mean, I'm sure I can pull a lot, but it'll probably really slow it down. Okay, so we'll just try these 4. It seems to be going okay. Right, so I'll just probably do a time lapse and then come back to you either at the end of it or part way between if there's any other jobs need done. Okay, so I noticed there that the stone picker's full, so just head over, get that emptied. Okay, so we'll set that off again, and I mean, so that's 2,500 litres from probably a third of the field, so we should be well on the way to another gold bar at the end of this. Right, but I'll get back to bringing these logs in, so we'll start the time lapse again.
Everything's
Okay, so we've got all the big ones. I also noticed we had this tree here, and the New Holland is, well, the stone picker has got full again. So we'll just head over and get that emptied. So that actually looks like just past half the field, so not even 2/3. So I definitely think we're getting another pallet of gold from the stones in this field. I think there was about 200 litres of gold or 150 litres of gold, so we only needed sort of 8,000 or 9,000 litres of stones. So let's just have a quick look at the gold production. So we've only got 360 litres of gold now. So that's going to put another 250 on that. So that's going to be about 600 litres off this. Just out of interest, yeah, our methane's full, and we don't actually have anything. Oh, there's a little bit of silage left, but that's stopped because the methane storage is full. Let's just have another quick check of some of the others. So clothes, that's currently out of fabric, so I'll have to check the spinnery. Bread, that's still got some space. Well, we emptied that in the last episode, didn't we? So the spinnery does still have some wool, but it's just feeding so slowly. Furniture, still got some planks. Probably have to put another pallet of planks in there, and the wood's still okay. Now our sawmill, I think we're actually going to fill it with this next load of trees, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but I don't think it's a bad thing having too much wood. And our dairy, so we've still got 20,000 litres of milk. We're really going through milk slow, so I'm actually going to switch on the butter production and the chocolate production. Now the point in the butter is we'll be able to use that for making cakes, so I'll probably set that to distribute, and the chocolate will just store because there's nothing else you can do with chocolate production. Chocolate's going to need sugar, so as soon as we get, I might as well knock it off. As soon as we get our sugar plant up and running, we'll be able to make some chocolate as well. So we'll just get back into the New Holland, get it set off again in the stone field, and we'll continue sorting out this all these logs. I think once these big trunks go into the sawmill and it's full, all the little ones, I might just stick those into the carpentry shop, and then we'll come back and we'll start doing some stump grinding. Right, so what's going to go into here? I think one tree went in. Right. Well, while I'm here, let's just get rid of these branches because they're ugly. Much better. And I'll probably just see if I can't push them in a little bit, get them out of the road. I mean, I would say by the end of the day, I'll be able to feed these into the sawmill anyway. Right, so I'll head back over and we'll start doing some stump grinding. Right, so I've had a go. It's extremely difficult to see them all, so we'll just probably have to just get the cultivator out and see what happens. Right, so I've just had a quick run around and tried to find as many logs as I could, and I think the stone picker might have just filled up again. So obviously doing that has uncovered... Oh, there's another tree that I didn't even see right next to my tractor. Yeah, so it's uncovered a few more stumps. Not sure what the best way of going about this is going to be. I might just leave this here and bring the cultivator over with the fent, and then, you know, as I uncover more trees or more stumps, I could just quickly run in with the class here and get them dealt with. How did I miss this one? Oh, there's another one there as well. Right. And I've got these trees here to deal with as well. Now I'm just wondering if I can just... Can I just stump grind them? No, but I can cut them down using the stump grinder. Right, so I might just these small little ones here, I'm just going to stump grind these. They're hardly going to be worth anything. I think this one is probably outside the boundary. I've got some more trees here. Right, so I'm just going to leave this here. We'll get into the stone picker, get that emptied. So that should leave us with about 850 litres of gold. It's going to be very close whether we get another pallet of gold. But I think when we stone pick the bigger cotton field, that'll more than make up for it. Okay, so just in the fence now with the cultivator, but while we're passing the greenhouses, we'll just have a quick check on water levels, because they haven't been topped up since the end of the last episode, and they're actually out of water. So we've got some in here. We can start refilling that. So we'll get on with this and we'll see how we get on in marking out the field extension. Right, so my plan here, I'm going to actually do it as close as I can to the original field, and then that will leave, and even if I take out just a small amount, it's no big deal. So we'll just head down at this. I think we are just removing one row there of the corn crop. Okay, that's perfect. So now we'll head up towards the trees. So I think to about here will do. Right, so we'll just jump into the class and we'll get rid of that tree. And we'll do the same for these next two, maybe three. Actually, I think those two are all right. Right, so what I'm going to do is, the stone picker is now finished, so we need to get the corn planted. So we need to get the sugar beet planted. So I'll just jump into the New Holland. Just tidy up this edge as well. So I've managed to get sort of 8,500 litres of stones out that field. So we're not quite going to get another gold bar, unfortunately. So I'll go and drop this off, pick up the planter and bring it back for the class to start planting the sugar beet. Right, so I'll just drop the planter off here and I'll drop the weight off there. Drop the stump grinder off and the winch and swap things over. Okay, so we'll just let a worker do this job and then we'll follow it up with the rolling whenever it's a good enough distance through. Right, so this is quite a mess. I'm not sure how I'm going to pick all these up. Doesn't seem like there's a limit to the amount of logs that I can chain onto this log carrier, onto this log winch. I'll just go and dump these into the carpentry shop. And then I'll come back and we'll finish off the cultivating. So it's got 6,000 litres of wood now. And should we just check on the sawmill, see if this will accept any more timber? It doesn't look like it will. Right, so we'll get back to the cultivating. Alright, I think I'll go to there and then I'll come up to this point from that corner. Right, do I need to come over just the one? I think I do. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Okay, so now it's just the up and downs, or left and right, whichever way it is. So I'll crack on with that job. Right, so this is the point where I'm going to start running into lots of trees. So I'm just wondering if I can sit these trees upon here. And then we can start removing the stumps as well that we uncover. So I think what I might do as well, so I think what I'm going to do is jump back to the farm, pick up the Deutsch Fahr and the crop sprayers, and we'll get the herbicide sprayed on the weeds in the field. And then as soon as we have a tractor free, we'll put a roller on that and we'll get the sugar beet rolled in. Alright, so that's the crop sprayer off. And killing the weeds. It could be that the plant is on its last run. Right, so we'll just get back to the cultivating. As soon as I spot tree stump, I'll move into it. Right, so the cultivator had a bit of a jump there, but I don't see any stumps. Oh, there's a little bit there, and I think there's a tree stuck under it, so maybe that's what it was. Not sure how I'll get this out. Maybe have to drive off it. Can't seem to get rid of that. Right, so we'll just get the class out of the way. So I think I'll take the planter back and I'll get the roller, and we'll just set the class off on the other edge of the field doing the rolling. Right, so that's the roller away, so we'll just get back to the this field. The sprayer will be finished in a couple of passes time, so everything's starting to look pretty good, I think. And here's another one. I think they get really well disguised as a bush when you haven't took the branches off them. But I think that's it now. So just this last strip here to finish off on this bit of the field. And then it looks like the spray is finished and the roller can just continue on its own to do that job. So I think that's all for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think I'll probably, just off camera, I'll just go and refill the greenhouses, get another tank load of water and get the greenhouses refilled. We didn't do any, well, we didn't sell any methane, but at the same time there isn't anything gone into the production to produce more methane, so it's not really an issue. We can do that in the next episode. So I think all that's going to be, well, in the next episode I think we're going to be quite busy. I say we'll do some more with the methane plant. Hopefully the cotton's ready, hopefully the soybeans are ready. Not sure if the corn will be or not. That's an unknown at the moment. But there's a few more trees knocking about the place which we've got left to put into the sawmill once that's eaten through some of its stock. But yep, I think that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you could give the video a like, it would really help me out. And if you want to get something in the comments, please do. I'll always reply. But thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.